Hello, thank you for doing the interview and welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. I took a train yesterday and just staying with an old friend.
To get here?
Yeah.
Commitment?
I'm from Bundaberg.
Bundy?
Yeah.
That's a long drive, that's like 5-6 hours away.
Bundy Rum.
Bundy Rum, that's it.
That's why wrestlers should go there.
Yeah.
We haven't had a show for many, many years.
Yeah, got some in Rockhampton, don't you? Yeah, that's probably the closest. Or Maryborough.
I think the closest one is 3 hours from where I am. Yeah. So how do you get ready for your match tonight?
Fuel up in the morning, good feed. And then hit the gym at some stage, warm up the muscles, get prepared, and then just a lot of listen to music. Just try and keep the nervous system very calm. Don't want to have an adrenaline rush too early in the day, or else, you psych yourself out and you crash later on. So yeah, just staying calm.
What kind of music do you listen to get pumped?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Any Pacific song?
No. What's Style? Style. Great song.
I can pretend that I know that song. How do you get ready for your opponent tonight? Have you been watching some tapes?
I have. I've watched a lot of Tuckman has obviously been doing really well the past few months and got a lot of exposure. So with that comes a lot of content online. So looking at his Instagram, looking at matches he's had on YouTube. He's wrestled Robbie Eagles before. A lot of people in IWA, so yeah. PWA too. So watching a lot of what he does and just trying to prepare and make sure I have counters for everything that he does well.
And he's also been shouted out by Grayson Waller, and now you're fighting him.
That's it.
Yeah, and last time I was here, you came out to do a promo, and we thought you were announcing your retirement, and then you started trash talking IPW. Yeah. Can you talk more about what you experienced? You said stories about you being champion, and
yeah, just feel like I was a bit mistreated. I've really valued this company, and I always put this company before anything else in my wrestling career. This is where I started, and I was very loyal to it. And I feel after a while I got a bit disrespected. I saw people that had started after me get opportunities that I thought maybe I should have got. So now I turned against them, and now I'm wrestling Tuckman. So finally an opportunity has come my way. That's what happens when I guess you speak up and stand for yourself. I'd been such a mainstay here at IPW for so long, and I can say truthfully that for the longest period of time, the fans, the people watching, supported me, had my back. But I took about a year off and I did my own thing. I went elsewhere, and when I came back, it was as if I was forgotten about. So it was as if the 8 years of hard work had gone down the drain, and they didn't care about me anymore. And they'd be there for me sometimes, but if I ever stuffed up or I lost, they'd lose faith in me. They'd be the first to talk, all right? And talk smack about me. So I've gone, well, I've put my body on the line for these guys for so long, for such little in return.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'm going into business for myself now. This is about me. This is about elevating my career. And now my first match back after cutting that promo, I've got one of the best talent in Australia.
And I remember going to shows, and one of the first shows I went to, you had the championship, and you came down, high-fived all my friends. Everybody loved you, but nowadays, you're trashing IPW. Instead of walking away from IPW, why have you stayed? What's your plan?
To show them who I truly am, and to show them what maybe they've forgotten. Although I do have problems with IPW as a whole and somewhat of the audience, my problem is with the owner, Josh Ives, and how he's treated me. So I guess it's saying, you know what, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to prove a point to you, as in Josh, and show you what you've missed out on, show you what you've been messing me around for years, all right? And kind of prove a point to him. And unfortunately, the people that come and watch this show suffer as a consequence.
And you do walk around backstage, and Josh is always back here. What's that relationship like now?
I will always keep things civil and professional backstage. The logic is, if you get into a fight backstage, you're probably going to get kicked out of the venue.
Yeah.
This is how I make money. This is how, if I have a good match tonight, I can put it online. The next company can look at me, book me. So I'm not going to be an idiot and start a fight backstage. I'm somewhat civil because you've got to be professional. This is professional wrestling. You've got to be a professional. All right, you can't be an idiot just throwing punches backstage. So we keep our distances, and yeah, if push comes to shove, happy to settle it in the ring, where it's a fair fight, and the audience can see what goes down. You know, if it happens behind the scenes, and I beat him up, then he can say, "Oh, I actually beat him out," and then it's just who's telling the truth. You got two sides of the stories. So I just stay away from him backstage.
And a bit after that, we saw a video of CJ going after Josh. Have you been talking to CJ what that was all about?
Yeah, CJ and I were briefly chatted. I think he sort of had similar feelings to me, but I will let him air his own feelings to the audience. But we've spoken on and off. I think that's just someone that we started at the same time, and he might have seen what I'd done in the ring, and he decided, okay, well, Zeke's talking back now, standing up for himself, so maybe he wanted to go stand up for himself, and we'll see what comes of that.
And you've been through so much in IPW. Do you have any advice for people that could go through this or just starting?
It's not easy. It's not some linear line to the top. All right, you're gonna start off, and you're probably gonna have some downs. Then you might get on a show and debut. That's a big high. Then you might not be in a show for a few months, and then you're low. So heaps of ups and downs. If you truly love it and this is what you want to do, you won't give up. And because the moment you give up, then it's all over. But if you keep being persistent, then you'll get somewhere with it. It took me 7 to 8 years to get to Japan. But prior to that, all I wanted to do was go to Japan, and I sent emails, countless emails, hundreds of emails for years. Never got a reply, and the only reply I would get would be, sorry, no, we're not taking in foreigners at the moment, or we're not booking anyone else, we're just whatever. So that didn't deter me. That I didn't give up because of that. So it's as simple as just keep showing up every day, and you'll know soon enough if you truly want to do this or not.
And like the journey over there was amazing. Got to watch one of your matches online, and would you ever go to another place like that again, if that's Japan or UK?
Love to, both. I'd love to do both. I'd love to definitely the UK scene, definitely Japan again, America, maybe Mexico. I haven't gone to Mexico. Lucha Libre, learn that style, all over the world. I think there's companies Singapore, they're everywhere. There's companies everywhere I want to go wrestle. 100%.
And one last question, is there someone that we should look out for, like you think could be the future or will hold a good match?
From IPW or Australia?
IPW.
From IPW, probably our heavyweight champion, Jesse Love. If you look at what he's doing, especially the past 6 months to a year, he's really, I guess, leveled up like himself. Like he's got these opportunities interstate, and that's because of the work he's put in. And that kind of just goes back to the question you asked before. He'd been doing this for a long time, and he never really got to go interstate. And after 9 years, the opportunity came around. So he stuck around. He didn't give up. He bettered himself. If you look at him, he looks $1 million. So I think Jesse Love is definitely someone to look out for.
Thank you for doing this interview. Good luck.
Thank you. Follow me at Zeke Andino on Instagram, 100%, and watch me take over.